Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Eternal from the Kamen Rider Double A to Z Forever movie and his new V-Cinema movie. It's coolio, yo. I have no idea what the hell I just did. I apologize. I've been recording all day and I'm tired. So anyway, start with the packaging as usual. Unique double packaging as usual. Just repeated myself. It's all white to complement Eternal. And then the writing is done in blue to complement his blue flames. So it's all white. Picture of Eternal here looking like a badass. Double Forever logo. Kamen Rider Eternal in blue. On the side here says Kamen Rider Eternal. And it's a thick ass packaging because of his cape. But I still think they could have done it a little bit less thick, but whatever. Same deal over here. And something on the top. Here he is looking cool on the back in a pose. Here he is just looking badass with the cape. Badass pose, badass dagger. The traditional badass posery in Figuarts boxes. So nothing too wild or spectacular, except it being thicker. Let's show what he comes with. Bunch of hands. He's got the kind of splayed open molester action hands. Holding his dagger hands. Pointing at you like prostate exam hands. And then his thumbs down hand, because he's the anti-Kuga. Or I guess you could rearrange it as a thumbs up if you wanted. And then his Eternal dagger, which is all fine, not a whole lot to it, just kind of black and silver, but it's fine details, it's all Eternal. And then his shiny cape. So, that's what he comes with, not a whole lot. But let's take a look at him. He looks good. Obviously, they're using the same base double mold, except for his head, obviously. But here's his face. Eternal, now, this is one of those figures that's sort of more difficult to review because there's not a whole lot to him, but that's because there's not supposed to be. So I can't give that as one of his faults, because all of his face here, it's white, and you can see the silver line around here. Nice yellow compound eyes, which is a different color, and it looks good. The spikes here, which form an E, if you couldn't tell, a really pointy E that might injure me. But his face looks good. Here are all of his maximum drive slots, which are all black, as you can see, and then he's just all basically white. He's got black rim designs around here. His hands and his wrists and his arms start the blue flame design, which looks really nice and glossy and blue and cool, and you can see the flame designs up here as well. You can't see it around here because he's got the armband, but you can see it up here, and it looks nice. Here's his Lost Driver, no painted memory, sorry guys. Maximum drive slot, and then he's just all basically white. He's got a girder on for more maximum driveness. And then he's all white, and he's got the flaming blue ankles, so he's really basic, but he looks really good. Articulation, you know, he's the double mold again, so 360 ball joint here, swiveling, double elbow joint, swiveling at the wrist, swiveling at the chest and the waist, 360 leg joint here, double joint here, swiveling, and the toe action, and then a nice 360 head joint and up and down movement, so he's all articulated, and I'm happy to report that this guy has no loose problems whatsoever, and that makes me happy, and I've been tugging him kind of weird. But so he's all good. So now let's go ahead and let's do two things. Let's put his dagger in his hand because I said so, biatch. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I've been recording all day, and now I'm just saying stuff. Okay, there we go. So his dagger, and it can be all cool guy face. And I think I'm gonna, there we go, he's kind of holding it like that, so he's all, brah, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Okay, so now we're gonna put his cape on. In order to do that, pop his head off, because he's a zombie and it doesn't matter anyway. He'll come back to life. Let's plop his let's plop his cake on his shoulders, and then put his cape on, so then it'll smell delicious. Okay, so now, put his head back on, because you're a zombie. Zombie Nation. Okay, sorry. So there he is with his cape, and he looks badass. I love him with the cape on. He looks completely awesome. And when I see him jumping into my helicopter, I can't help but say, Kamen Rider. Anyway, that was a horrible rendition of Matt Mullins. But anyway, he looks cool with the cape on. It's all glossy, and he looks like a badass. And I think I'm totally jacking Shuki's pose that he just told me about today. But just an example of what he looks like. And he looks very cool. So, in case I forgot to mention at the beginning, which I think I did, this guy's a web exclusive. So, yeah, that's mentioned. So, final verdict, I really dig Eternal. As usual, I have a slight bias because I love all things Double, and Eternal was a really cool character, and just really cool overall in the movie, and I really like him. And his design is really basic, but it really grew on me, and I like it, especially with the cape. So I can't really fault him for not having a lot of details, because he's not supposed to. So, that's it, Eternal. Time out. After this video, you're going into timeout with Shinken Red for falling over. Let's zoom in on him, see his shame. Anyway, if you like Eternal, if you like the design, then if you hunt this guy down, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think it's a good figure, no loose joints, looks good, awesome cape. So if you're a fan of Eternal, definitely I think it's a good figure. I really like it. It's kind of like one of those Joker things for me, where there's not a whole lot to him, but I just really like him. So personally, I recommend him if you're a Double fan and Eternal fan. But otherwise, there's cheaper figures out there that are a little bit better. But I do recommend him if you like him. So anyhow, that's about it. Until next time, check out RidersRangersRambles.com for Toku news in the craziest way possible. And of course, the craziest podcast where we just go so nuts and make Brian laugh by saying shingles. So anyway, until next time, it's Dawson Rider and Eternal signing out.